It's a cold day today in Chicago. But I just wanted to touch bases about this rage baiting and a little bit about these mass deportations. Again, I am about to share with y'all my thoughts on this rage baiting and mass deportations. All right, so here we go. About this rage baiting stuff, let's look at it objectively. When people come in your comments on your whatever feed you have or whatever platform you're on and stuff like that, and they say stuff to trigger you, it's just my thoughts. No, let's equate that to something. Let's make it match something. So it's really simple and easy to explain. When people come into your platform or in your comments and they say something derogatory or just a little bit off or what have you, uh, I'd like to think that it's a form of rage baiting. And when I say let's make it simple, how many of y'all have seen, and I don't know if y'all are watching this because I got the phone turned backwards. How many of y'all have seen Monsters Inc? If you've seen Monsters Inc, then you'll remember the whole premise of the movie. The premise of Monsters Inc was to basically get some energy out of these kids by scaring them. They were frightening kids in order to get energy out of them. Does that sound familiar? It probably don't sound familiar. But let's slow it down just a little bit. They were frightening kids to get a little bit of energy out of them. Right? So when I think about that, I think about it along the lines of when the Orange Man was first in office, it was something every day. Ooh, let's see. Can I get these on? It was something every day. And we knew the premise of it. We knew it was just pretty much baiting people into being upset, baiting people into crashing out, baiting people into being mad about what's going on. Or, like I said in the little example I put up earlier, like Monsters Inc. Doing something to get a rise out of you. How's that? Is that better? Doing something to get a rise out of you. I'm saying, is that better? I didn't think that. I'm thinking about the light that I'm letting in, and I was like, ooh, is that better? But I didn't say it out of my mouth. I got to really check that because the ADD just has me thinking in my mind, and my mind is going. So I might not say certain things, and I have to go back in my head, and I have to realize what I'm saying and speak it out to you right now. So, rage baiting, just like in Monsters Inc., when they were scaring kids on a daily or nightly basis in order to get energy out of them, and we all saw that about the Orange Man. We knew that since there was something happening since Obama left office, and there wasn't something happening on a daily basis with him. You know, they were talking about maybe what's that shit called? The beer summit. They were talking about the tan suit. You know, just stupid shit. You know, in order to get a rise out of people, in order to rage bait people, and I've seen people. It's so weird, but I can't really say it's not something to admire. It's something to look at when you're like, yo, let me cover her shit. When you see people doing stuff like this, and I went on her live to check her out, and I was listening to what this lady was talking about, and I'm just listening to her. Yeah, because I'm in school and this and that and other. And y'all da 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 da. And I'm like, what is she talking about? And I had to slow down and listen to what she was talking about. And I'm just like, y'all are firstly, she literally used this man's picture and put Everybody Hates Anton up there as a means of suckering people in. I got duped. I got pulled right in. I'm like, what's she talking about? So she suckered you in, and then when you came in the door, she started going on her grifting mode. White people are this, and white people are great, and white people are da da da. Straight Uncle Ruckus style. Straight Uncle, and I don't feel sorry for y'all. Straight Uncle Ruckus style. Uncle Ruckus, just like what Anton said. I don't want y'all to get nuts in his Uncle Ruckus and shit. And so what I'm seeing is that people are doing this for their views. They're doing this for their clicks. They're doing this to not necessarily. They're acting as if they're admonishing people, and they have the heart to get around their mental. They have the heart to get around mental gymnastics of being foul and being what's the word I'm looking for? Not untrue, unreal, just not being genuine about, like, there are some people that are sambos and that are what was it, Nathan from what's the name of that movie called with Jamie Foxx, when the dude that was, oh, they gon' what's the nigga doing on that nag, the character that Sam Jackson played. There are people that are like that, but there are people who have realized they can use that angle as a quick grift to get money out of you by getting your views, by getting your shared dislikes or likes or what have you. And I'm just like, yo, she's literally in here rage baiting the entire, like the whole stream was just snap. Oh, you da 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 da. All that energy, just like I said with Monsters Inc. All that energy just going out to her. All that rage, all that, she's charging these people up and getting that energy up out of them. But she's also getting those numbers up out of them. She's also pushing up her financial stability in this terrible economy, just by simply bringing people in and pissing them off because they can't think to themselves, what if I don't engage you? What happens then? If I don't engage you, you have no audience. If I don't engage you, you have no funds. You literally have to go about finding a way to make your money that's not off the backs of your fellow citizens that look like you. So rather than rage baiting these people, why can't you find something different to do? Why can't you do the other part of Monsters Inc? Because Monsters Inc is pretty much, it looks like energy vampires to me, because I'm just like, they're just really trying to get energy out of people. And whether it was good energy, to make the children smile at the very end, ha ha ha, we're smiling now. Oh, we're not going to scare you. We're going to make you smile. We're going to get all that laughter up out of you. Or if it's bad energy, oh yeah, I'm going to piss you off. I'm da da da. That's when people come in your comments and they say slick shit. And they want to get that back and forth with you, because this is how they get their jollies off. But it's also how they get their numbers up, because the engagement in the comments helps solidify the fact that people are going to come, they're going to watch, they're going to engage, they're going to stay focused on you for a while. They're going to give YouTube some numbers, right? And I'm just like, dude, I think this would be perfect for scammers. Oh, this would be perfect for scammers. Look, it would be so perfect for scammers, because now you have a legit way of getting money without putting yourself in harm's way. Because I was just talking about this the other night. I said with scammers, I was like, dude, I've only known of one scammer that really was able to make it and leave the country. And only reason I know about that dude is because, and I'm not talking about this country. Only reason I know about that dude is because the Nigerian dude's son came online and said, "Oh, my father, he took everything from you. Come get it. Come get it. Come get the money." And he was laughing and taunting the people. Just like I said, just like Monsters Inc., getting the numbers up, getting the people to stay focused on him, getting the views in, and some people really believe that all publicity is good publicity, whether it's bad or whether it's if I get, as long as I'm getting the numbers up, which is true, as long as they're getting the numbers up and their followers are going up, and people want to go there and be mad and vent and get all that anger off, because right now we're in a state where it's just like with Trump being in office. Well, excuse me, the orange man being in office the first time, getting his numbers up as far as like getting people pissed off on a regular basis, and now getting people pissed off on a regular basis. It's just sort of weird to see it, man. It's weird to see people actually, do I say falling for it? Yeah, I'm gonna say falling for it, because I've been falling for it for most of my life. As long as I've been on the internet, I've been falling for it until one day it just clicked. I was like, what if I stop engaging these people? Because I don't need to have that type of energy coming up out of me. I don't need to actually vent and stuff like that over somebody's thoughts and shit. It's their thoughts. Opinions like assholes. Everybody got one. Fuck it. Okay. Well, congratulations. That's how you feel. You feel that we shouldn't get reparations. Okay. Congratulations on you. Yeah. But as soon as they have no other choice but to give the reparations, then you right there with your hand out. Can I get mine? Can I have mine, sir? You know, and I'm just like, dude, it's really weird to see. And I'm gonna cover her shit up again. It's really weird to see, because let me see here. Let me see here. She's got that many people watching right now, but she's baiting them in, and she's getting her comments up. All right, so let's go a little further. I said we was gonna talk about immigration. Now she's really pissing them off about talking about how immigration, da 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 da, and how we need to fight for the immigrants and this and that other. And I'm like, dude, she really pissing these people off. I'm like, I got this really fucking weird. It's so fucking cold outside. I know my mind is everywhere, but it's really fucking weird. And I wanted to share this with you. I know I said this maybe about last weekend or maybe 2 weekends ago. I just want to share this with y'all again. Once is an accident, twice is a coincidence, 3 times, this is my part, is propaganda. But here's the phrase, and I didn't even know this phrase was a thing. Once is an accident, twice is a coincidence, 3 times is enemy action. Okay, now, like I said, we're going on to the next subject. World War I, mass deportations. That's once. World War II, mass deportations. They even had something here. They even had something here called, where is it? Let me go. During World War II. There it is. Operation Wetback. 1954. This was right around the time of World War II. Operation Wetback. And now we are having mass deportations for a third time. The first time I don't know if I saw it or did I mention it. I didn't mention it. The first time was around World War I as well. Let's see here. It should say it in there somewhere. There it is. During World War I, United States increased deportations. See, I'm like, dude, and use voluntary deportations. Voluntary deport. All this shit is. That's why I see people trying to goat you out there with like, oh, we the Black Panther Party. Come on out, brothers and sisters. Or we so and so. We're gonna fight for the immigrants. Come on out, brothers and sisters. And I'm like, it's so cool to see so many people staying on code and not falling for the okie doke. Oh my goodness. It's so cool to really see people staying on code and not falling for the okie doke. That is just, it's amazing that so many of us have really opened our minds to saying, okay, why you want us to come out? Because that's what a lot of us are thinking, why you want us to come out? And a lot of us don't even know about the mass deportations of World War I and World War II. And now there is a war going on. I'm not saying that it's World War III, but when you get rid of all these people off their jobs and people aren't working, and there's a war over in Ukraine, and there's a skirmish with India and China, or there's Japan building back up its number, and there's Germany building back up its numbers. The third time could be enemy action. I call it propaganda. And that's something that that's something else that Dick Gregory said too. Dick Gregory said, it was so funny when he said it, because I was a little offended. I was like, what do you mean by that? He said, black folk, we don't understand how propaganda works. I was like, damn, what the fuck? Come on, Dick Gregory, you Dick Gregory. But in all honesty, if you're not looking up history, if you're not checking out what's going on, a lot of us really won't understand how propaganda works. Hey, look, I'm gonna share this to you on my YouTube. Underneath my YouTube description is all my information. So like my eBay, where I got some great deals, my Redbubble for my images, and like my stickers and stuff. Yeah. Oh shit, I got my stickers and stuff. But what was it? It was one more thing I wanted to tell y'all. It was something else. It was really important. And I'm having a brain fart, and it's sort of yeah. That's what it was. With the deportations part from World War I and World War II, I've already said this before. With the whole Trump thing going on and him, it could be a total coincidence, but it's my conspiracy theory. Y'all know that Europe, the Europeans, after they got saved by America during World War I, they owed America a lot of money. And then they reneged on that. Like, no, we ain't gonna pay you. They literally did not. They literally said, nah. They defaulted on their fucking debt to America. Like, we literally saved these people from war, from being taken over. And then they defaulted on their debt. European countries. And how do I tie that in with Trump? And I've already said this before, but I'm gonna tell y'all how I tied it in with Trump. I'm like, So Trump is causing a kerfuffle with Greenland. He's causing a kerfuffle like AfterBlu with Greenland, with Canada, with Mexico. Greenland is pretty much a colony of Denmark. Somebody who wound up reneging on what they owed America for getting saved during World War I. Canada, owned by Great Britain, somebody else who defaulted on their loans in World War I. Mexico, defaulted on what they owed America during World War I. And so, we're going to attack the cartel. We're going to bomb, yada. And then to show a little bit of action and scare everybody, Monsters, Inc. style, to put the fear in everybody, let's go after somebody who is really a bad person, so it don't really resonate with karma. Let's go after the dictator that's down there that has all the oil. We can get oil from them. We can say, hey, look, if we came and got your dictator out of office, what we gonna do to you? You gonna give us some oil? We took your dictator out. You don't you like that? We took your dictator up out of there. Give us some of that oil, just in case war starts. Give us some of that oil. See how we did and took your people out? And then not only that, you get people like the country below, Mexico. Damn, they went and attacked the country that's right down beneath us. Or Canada, damn, they just went and just jacked this motherfucker. And why he going out to Greenland? God damn. Monsters Inc. style, just getting that fear out of the entire world. I don't know what the purpose of it behind it all is. Besides, I call it some energy vampire type shit. But to me, it all makes sense. It just makes sense that people are doing stuff in order to invoke a reaction out of you, in order to get a rise out of you. And so just be mindful that before you answer that post, that when you spoke on somebody's stuff, like I spoke on let me speak on this too real quick. I spoke on Corey Holcomb. Where is it? There it is. I spoke on Corey Holcomb earlier, right? And when I spoke on Corey, I said, dude, I recognize me in you, because what happened to me was when I got snatched up by the police here in Chicago, and they had pulled the huge police armored tank out in front of the building. And I'm like, dude, I'm not doing nothing. Y'all saying I'm not guilty of doing anything. So why y'all need me to come out? Why y'all need me to come out of my house? And they snatched me up, took me off to the VA, put me in the nut house for a while. And it turned out to be a nice little rest. But it also validated my PTSD, my what is it called? My service connected PTSD with the military. So you never know how some actions might look negative and might inadvertently affect you in a positive way. Like say somebody's yelling at you and screaming at you, I can't learn nothing from you, da da da. Why you stopping to tell me this shit, and you stopping to talk to me about this dumbass shit, da da da. You can always learn something from somebody. You could have been learning, okay, well, this is not somebody that has constructive criticism. This is not somebody that has a good head on their shoulders. And I appreciate you showing me that. But also, inadvertently, it could have been that they were sent your way to pause you ever so briefly. Because if you would have got out and got into that car and drove down the street, you probably would have gotten into a huge accident that took your life, and you still have work to do on this plane of existence. It's all a different way of thinking about it. When you start thinking about this stuff and you're like, let me just slow down a little bit. Let me just think about this. Oh, let me get back to Corey. Corey Holcomb. You need to slow down, bro. Because, I mean, I get where you're coming from on the man stuff. Hey, that's I'm with you on that. It's okay to be a man. It's okay to be cool about your manhood. But when you are snapping out on people over them saying you suck the black people dick, all right, that's all you got, pimping. We gotta stop allowing people not make us. We gotta stop allowing others to trigger us into getting out of our body. It's a hard fucking thing to do. It's such a hard fucking thing to do. That's why I made this message to Corey Holcomb. I was like, dude, when I was speaking to my therapist, she started telling me about ADHD and bipolar disorder. And I was like, man, I ain't got that shit. Da, da, da. Then I started looking up the stuff, and I was like, yo. I was like, damn, this is crazy. And then one thing I read that really set me off down a different path was, it said having something like an ADHD, bipolar disorder, manic depression, or any of these symptoms, or whatever the fuck you got, it's the equivalent of you going throughout your life and not knowing that somebody's at war with you and they're constantly attacking you because you're actively self-sabotaging. You're actively self-sabotaging when you're, I got my sneaky link. That's my work wife. That's my work husband. Oh, okay. Why do you need a work wife or a work husband when you got somebody at home? If you need somebody that bad, that's an extra. I dig that personally. Okay, this is what you do. You say, hey, baby, the economy is really fucking bad, and we don't necessarily want roommates because they can leave at any point in time. And I've been on this kick lately. If we form a polyamorous team that's actually bringing something to our household, how cool is that? That you have three incomes coming in, or say, yeah, say you like if you're a woman and you meet, and I've seen this before. I just going through out checking out what stuff is talking that people are talking about online. It's even people, women that in different areas of the world where it's like really cold, and they will actually find themselves like three husbands, but then they got all that land to work. So she needs that. She needs those three husbands that are going to help work the land, take care of the sheep, bring in more income, and keep them stable. But anyways, man, I just wanted to just pull y'all coattails to those few things about be mindful that when your people are commenting in the comments, that you're not allowing them to rage bait you. And same with Corey Holcomb, bro. You're getting triggered by somebody. You say sex played me. It's so funny because the way Corey was talking about it, he was talking about it. He was. If you listen to Corey talking, don't he sound like early Kyler from the Squidbillies? You looked at me across ways, Judge. He looked at me sideways, and then the judge was like, "Well, he did look at him sideways." Ain't nothing we can really say about that. So it's like, look, Corey, man, if this even reaches you, or if anybody even knows Corey Holcomb, tell him he needs to go get some therapy. And it takes a larger man. It takes a bigger man to admit that, to go get some therapy. Because if you got, I don't know what he would have. If you have some issues like ADHD or PTSD or manic depression or what's the other one? Bipolar disorder. These things are attacking you on a daily basis, and they're helping you. They're helping you self-sabotage yourself, because if you are saying to yourself, he sex played me. Okay, well, if he sex played you and you keep going about and you was really gonna punch this motherfucker or assault them, you're gonna end up in a booty house. And if you think somebody sex played you out in the real world where you making your money, you got D on your side helping you make money. You got Craig on your side helping you make money. You got a whole studio of people that are helping you make money. When in an environment that you know is a casting couch environment, that you know will definitely not have your back. You're also putting it out there that people know now. They see you as a lick. They know if they say something that's remotely gay to you, that is gonna trigger you. I had somebody do that to me. The dude said, "Oh, he'll tease you and your boyfriend." I'm like, dude, that's my homeboy from high school. What the fuck are you talking about? Do we look like we're intimate? Am I coming up in this motherfucker rubbing on the motherfucker or some shit? Why the fuck would you say that? And then I had to slow down and say, you know what? Okay, man, it is what it is, man. If that's how you feel, dude, that's okay. Cause that's you. If that's what you want to think, if you want to think I'm gay or some shit, fuck it, man. That's I can't change your fucking mind, and I'm not gonna attempt to change your mind, because I'm not gonna give you my energy. I'm not gonna let you, as an energy vampire, pull something up out of me. Get that rage bait up out of me. Get my energy. Get me to come up out of my body. And I think that's what Corey needs to really figure out. And I think therapy would help him actually. The bad part about that is when you, it's not a bad part, but as a toxic comedian, I'm looking outside looking in. As a toxic comedian, their toxicity helps them keep their crowds. But it also, since they got the ADHD or the bipolar disorder or manic depression or the, what was the other thing I said? whatever the fuck ever, if they got any of these fucking issues going on, then that's attacking them. And it's causing them to self-sabotage. It causes you to self-sabotage when it comes to your relationships. It causes you to self-sabotage when it comes to your money. Well, I can't keep this job. You know, and on top of that, then you got people that are self-sabotaging you out in the workforce. And I know somebody might be like, well, I don't believe that. You know, well, you know, so-and-so said that people ain't really self-sabotaging us. That is our fault. These people gaslighting you. They are gaslighting you. Same along with that thing about Monsters Inc. When motherfuckers is really trying to get some energy about you. If you think that people aren't gonna self-sabotage you, look at how many, and I thank Trump for this, look at how many of the snakes he made feel comfortable to come from out of the grass. And now you can see them. Take note. Don't be angry. Take note. Oh, you voted for Trump? Oh, okay. Oh, you like his policy? Oh, that's good. That's good. Okay, I get you. Now you know. Same with at work. A lot of us don't get that there are people at work that don't like us and will self-sabotage. They will sabotage you purposely, even if it's jeopardizing their own businesses, even if it's jeopardizing their own livelihood. Just look at Malcolm and Eddie. They had a full little whole thing going. All those white grifters, all those white cameramen, all those Hollywood actors and people like that was actually working on their good show. Or look at the Wayans brothers. All those, these are, you don't have a lot of black folk working in the entertainment industry behind the camera. But these people will self-sabotage themselves and get rid of their own money. They will cut off their nose to spite their face. What did Malcolm say? He said, Eddie and I came together. This is what happened. Eddie and him came together and they had an agreement. Once we get 100 episodes, we syndicate it. So fuck all the back forth rigmarole between us. We working on this shit. We gonna make it happen. And like you said, 89 episodes. They cut the knees from underneath them. Wayans brothers. Funny show. Good show. Once the fucking network got off the ground, we don't need these niggas anymore. But what about all the people that's working over there? Fuck them. We don't want them people to be syndicated. Cut the legs from underneath them motherfuckers. Look how they doing Ryan Coogler and them. You tell, oh well, you know, if you bring a movie out during such a time and you give it this amount of time, then people can look at it and they can check it out and they can speculate and they can this and that other and they can analyze and they can do this, they can do that, they can do this, they can do that, and then you're gonna win the awards. And then you'll be able to get more money. Really? That's wonderful. Yeah. Unless a movie comes out 10 days before the award's about to hit, and then we're going to give it to them because it's a ping pong movie. What the fuck? 10 days before the award came out? And oh, I'm so glad I went there. Because here we go with them doing the Monsters Inc. on a large scale. They want your eyes on the Oscars. Same as with Will Smith going in there and smacking the shit out of fucking Chris Rock. They gotta have your attention. They gotta have your energy. They gotta have your views. When we start self-validating and saying, you know what? I don't need to be here. You are literally giving yourself a made-up award for the movies you made up. You make a product. Imagine that. I make a product. And I was like, oh shit, this is my glove. And then a wonderful glove. I'm going to give myself an award for this glove. Don't you want one of these glove awards? Can't have one, nigga. You want one of these glove awards? Can't have one, nigga. And then at the very end of the day, I'm wrapping up. At the very end of the day, you say to them, well, we know we've been snatching it from you, but if you get out there, you do the dailies, you get out there and you go on all the talk shows, you giving more money to them, you're making sure that their people are are well off, are well paid. If you get out there, you go across country and talk to people and this, that, other, and tell them how wonderful a movie it is, because most of their people is gonna be at least six. It's gonna be over six. I'm speculating on this, but I'm telling you, I'm speculating on this part. It's gonna be over 60 to 70% of their people that's actually getting paid off of you getting out there doing the dailies, off you getting out there doing the talk shows, off you getting out there campaigning for their show that because they know you had a good product. They know Sinners was great, but they gotta get people eyes on the talk show. So first they do is what? Not talk show, on the award show. So first thing they do is they start dissing you throughout the whole thing, and then Monsters Inc. style, they turn around and give you all these nominations. Nomination ain't no award. That's just a nomination. Oh, we're gonna give you a nomination for your glove that you created, even though we've been taking them back from you all this time. So everybody tune in to see if they get these awards like we're supposed to. Now, after all this setting up and all this Monsters Inc. driving fucking energy out of people, what happens at the very end of the day? You got two options. You either give them awards, Monsters Inc. style, and everybody's giving you that good energy, that laughing, smiling, ha ha ha, happy energy. Oh, well, they aren't so bad. Maybe that place isn't rigged like they said, like we all thought it was, and they just showed you it was. Because if somebody comes out with a fucking movie 10 days before an academy, before an award, and then they give them the fucking award for a ping pong movie, it's got to be at some point in time you got to be like, nah, something ain't right about this. Something ain't right about this. So now we got the Academy Awards coming up. They want y'all to tune in. They want y'all to give them your energy, same as Monsters Inc., whether it's going to be scare energy or whether it's going to be happy, laughing, joy energy. But if it's happy, laughing, joy energy, then it's a likelihood that you're going to return the next year and bring those eyes back again and start looking at the place again and seeing what they do in the next year. And it just keeps repeating itself. It's just a vicious cycle that just keeps repeating itself. It's just so fucking weird, man. And if I only knew how energy vampires really did fucking get off on dragging this fucking type of energy out of people, it would. I'm pretty sure I would probably be astonished, or maybe I would be like, wow, that's stupid. So when it comes to this internet action, you can do what you will. You now know that little secret of rage baiting people online and being a scumbag like Futon Daniels, or the young lady who used Futon Daniels' picture to get people up into the chat and get them arguing, get them fighting, and get them fussing while she's paying her bills. She was literally sitting in a huge ass house. I'm in school. I'm paying my bills. Y'all ain't doing nothing out there. Really? This is what you're going to say to people that you know have been struggling for a while. Like myself, I've been underemployed and looking for gainful employment since 2010. 2010. And I know it's like a broken record, but I think a lot of repetitory speech lets people know, it puts it in their mind what happened. So, like with me having a CDL. All right, well, since I can't find a job, let me go get a CDL. All right, well, since I can't get a job with the CDL, let me go get a college degree. All right, since I can't get a job with this college degree, let me go start my business. And so on and so forth. And then you wind up looking back, and you wind up looking at all the stuff that you have been able to do. And so when people start telling you that it's you're the problem, you're the one you're self-sabotaging yourself. And then they tell immigrants over in a splintered country, sorry, man, but it's true. If you got a bunch of tribalism, if you got a bunch of nationalism, and you got a bunch of people coming onto your land that have been there for generations, I'm not talking about 20, 30 years. I'm saying generations, preaching about their white savior to you, and training your minds to believe that their white savior is right, and they give you a book as they take your land, and then they destabilize your whole economy, and then make you think to yourself, if you leave the motherland and go over to the other land where it's negative fucking 6 degrees outside right now, it does get warm out here. You know, it does get warm out here. But if you go over to the other land, you can get gainful employment. But what they don't tell them is also, yeah, you can get gainful employment, but you're going to be taking it from the people that we tell you don't want to work. The people who are saying, hey, pay us a living wage. You're not going to underpay us. Oh, but you know what? We're going to underpay you because you're the foreigner. Oh, you don't like how you living over here, foreigner? We're going to get rid of you at any point in time we want to. And a lot of people didn't know that. They come over, they bring their tribalism with them. They get into their groups, which is cool because we did it in the military. We left our homes here stateside, and when we go overseas, you get into your own group, which is all Americans, and you got your subgroups. Then you got your black people, you got your white people, you got your Rocky Horror Picture Show movie people who didn't allow anybody in their group. That shit was so funny. Look, I know I'm switching subjects real quick. If you ever get a chance to go to a Rocky Horror Picture Show movie in a theater, just take a raincoat because they gonna be fucking it up in there. It's so amazing that they literally trashed the movie theater. If we trashed the movie theater like that, it would be hell to pay. But it is what it is. So you people get over in their subgroups, same as they come over here. They get into their subgroups and they say, well, y'all people ain't doing what y'all right. They aren't working. They aren't. We got a Mercedes Benz. I got a house as soon as I got over here. I got this job as soon as I got over here. Just like, oh shit, I just keep going down the rabbit hole even further and further. I was supposed to cut off a minute ago. Just like the immigrants over in Nebraska. They came over stateside. They all went to the Tyson plant. We got the $25 an hour jobs. If you weren't here, I bet you money them jobs wouldn't be $25 an hour. I bet you they'd be more than that. I bet you Americans wouldn't settle for just and I ain't sneezing at $25 an hour. That's nice. But with this living wage and the cost of living and the fucking high ass fucking groceries and shit, you gotta be living like, you gotta either have a polyamorous, this is just my thoughts. You gotta either have a polyamorous relationship where you got 3 or more incomes coming into the household, or you gotta team up with your family and y'all all gotta do like the immigrants do when they come stateside, and they all move into one place, and they all pool their money into the kitty, and they pay that place off. And then they get another place, and they do the same thing. Now they've expanded, and then they look at you like, we came over and we did it. Why can't y'all do it? Is y'all coming over and, like they say on South Park, you took her down. You coming over and you taking jobs at below the fucking what's that shit called? I just said it a few seconds ago. Below a living wage. You're coming over and taking jobs below a living wage, and they can get rid of you at any point in time they want to. Just ask the Somalians. Just ask the Haitians. Just ask the the Ethiopians. Just ask the Mexican cats that was working over at the Tyson plant, over at what's that shit called? I just said Tyson plant in Nebraska. They let them come over, let them get jobs. They tell the people, go over there. We got a bunch of I want to say immigrants, but it's actually, in all honesty, I believe it's like, we got a bunch of new sharecroppers that came over there. Go take your cars over there and sell it to them. Go sell the houses that are over in that area to them. We gonna give them the loans because we gotta keep this economy moving. We gotta keep the bullshit going. But then, just sure as in World War I when they got rid of motherfuckers, and in World War II when they did Operation Wetback. Now here's the third time And people want to get out there thinking that this is all new when it's all repeated. And here's something else. Not only can they get rid of immigrants whenever they want to, and they don't want us people who can't, who not can't leave, but can't be deported to get a job and get a stable foothold on this land. They want to keep that struggle image going, so they can say to the image, yeah, immigrant, you see them? Look at them niggas, they ain't working, they ain't doing shit. But you a good immigrant, ain't you? Yeah, I sure is, boss. And as soon as they ready, as soon as you start fighting the system, because you see you're the immigrant that they're asking to work extra hours while they're going to baseball games all day. Think about this shit. Who the fuck is able to pay to go to baseball games during the middle of the day, during classic work hours? Because all the immigrants are still working while all the people who are buddied up get to go chill. It's all slave labor shit. It's so fucking unique, man. And then here's the icing on cake for the immigrants over in Nebraska. The icing on the cake for them is not only do you lose your jobs, and you're talking about, well, I lost my $25 job and $25 an hour job and I got a car note and I got a house note and me and my family out here and they didn't give you, since you were making under a living wage, you didn't make enough with your sharecropping to be able to move, pick up and move whenever the fuck you wanted to. You couldn't save up enough to be able to pick up and move whenever you wanted to, but they can kick you out when they want to. Or they can ask you to do self-deportation. We'll give you $1,000 for self-deport. Or you can come over to the new job fair. Going over to the new job fair. I know they just cut all y'all jobs. Go to the new job fair. You gonna be cool. We gonna look out for you. We know you got a car note. We know you got a house note. We know you need to take care of that. Then they go show up at the job fair, and none of them realize. If you look up that video, none of them realized. All of them didn't speak good English. But all the people in the job fair that were hiring, palm-colored people, all of them spoke perfect English. Oh, Consuelo, you ain't got your job over at the Tyson no more? Oh, come on in, Consuelo. We gonna talk to you and try and get you a job. No, they not. That's their job, is to make you think that they're going to give you a job, Consuelo. Julio. M'Baku. Yeah, I know I had to throw my man there because I'm thinking about fucking Ryan Coogler movie, man. I'm not tuning in for that shit. As much as I really dig that movie, them people not getting my energy. Fuck them. They already said fuck us. So why should I'll find out in the dailies the next day. Did they win? Great. Did they lose? Oh, because I already supported them. I went to the movie like 4 times to see Sinners. Tried to buy the soundtrack. Y'all need to really get back to putting out CDs for soundtracks. I don't know what's up with that. That mass download shit. That shit is some bullshit. But I couldn't buy a CD for the soundtrack. But I did buy the movie. While I was on the road last year, and goodness forgive me, my people, I had to stop at Wally World to get that CD. I had to stop at Wally World to get that DVD, that Blu-ray DVD. So, but anyways, I know I said a lot. If you missed all that shit, go back. You might find some insightful stuff. You might think it's all conspiracy. You might think it's all bullshit. However you want to think about it. Just hit the like or hit the dislike. Either way, you're actually engaging. Put something in the comments. Either way, you're actually engaging. If you want to go ahead and be like the Futon Daniels and do the grifting stuff and piss people off and make your money because you want to move away from scamming, that's a legit way for you to make your money. Because you best believe Google is listening to everything you say. And you're damn near walking around every day with a GPS tracker on you, whether it's in your car, whether it's in the device you're looking at right now, your phone. So I mean, because haven't y'all been wondering how they been catching these criminals up like that real quick lately? Shit. Have a man say, shit. Man, you better believe it. You better believe it's something going on out here. All right, so I'm be out. I don't know if y'all have been talking or discussing anything in the comments because I got the phone turned backwards. I'm about to put my little socks on and I'm out of here. Peace. Y'all have a good one.